Here you'll see that I'm changing signals that are used, changing commands that are used. I'm mixing things up because I want it to be my presence, my actual self, anything that I say that should become of importance to the dog in a given context. So that will make sense when you see the video. You'll also see here that I've introduced the heel position. I've started to develop the heel position and to bring it in and then ask for it, to name it rather, and then ask for it. This has been done over the past few days, and I'll go into more detail in this a little later on in another clip. I couldn't record audio as I was actually recording video here, or as my lad was recording the video for me, because of the weather conditions. They were absolutely horrendous. It's been pouring down, blowing a gale, and very, very non-conducive to decent video recording. So have a look and see. What you'll see is that, as I say, the heel position is being introduced. There's a couple of things that need to be pointed out here. The first thing is this particular dog has an existing, if you like, avoidance behavior towards the lead, towards the slip lead. Now that's not because she's been yanked around on it by anyone prior or anything like that. Some dogs just play keep away, whether it signifies end of walk. In her case, actually, it signifies start of walk. You'd think the dog would rush to get the lead on because it means that they're going out, but it's all developed into this behavioral pattern where I keep away from the lead and I bark at the lead, etc. So that was to be contended with here as well. I don't cover that in this actual clip. That's a separate behavioral issue that's being run alongside. So with her, the actual being on the lead isn't something that is associated with pleasantness and with, you know, the expectations of fantastic things. Rather, she'd try and keep away from it, and she'd pull like a steam train when she was in it for anything else that gained her attention. So what you will see is the understanding, the development of the heel position, the naming of the heel position, and then the calling for the heel position as well. You'll also see a few recall clips in here. There's recalls where there are no tools or treats being used, and where we're basically pushing on and thinking, okay, you understand this now, let's put a bit more pressure in, but it's pressure that I can control. It's not pressure that's going to be welfare compromising to the dog or any other animal. And you will also see a recall clip in here where the two are put together. So the recall, rather than just being straight back, reward and on you go, is straight back and into another position, which in this instance is the heel position that's being taught. And the reason for that is we take a dog that's in a high state of arousal when they're belting back from a recall and switch them straight over into a behavior that is essentially pretty calm and pretty doing for the sake of the heel position, because I want to be able to call a dog back, particularly a dog that plays keep away at the end of a walk and I don't want to put my lead on. I want to get her into the habit of coming back into that heel position so that we can walk along and I can just bend down, slip the lead over, and away we go, rather than faffing around trying to counter condition her association with the lead, you know, and holding the lead as a sort of like loop, if you like, for her to put her head through. Tried that, done that, doesn't work. The choice in this instance of keeping away from the lead and playing the game of bouncing around and running all over the place is far more reinforcing for the dog than, you know, being able to access a food reward for putting my head into the lead. So that's why you're seeing what you're seeing. Have a look. Any comments that you might have, please stick them down below. If there's anything that you'd like to see, anything that's not being shown here that you want to see, give us a shout. I'll record it for you and I'll put it out there as best I can, as I say, weather permitting. But yep, hope it's some good for you. Thank you. The only command, as you've seen, that I've used for her signal, cue, whatever you want to call it, that I've used for her for recall is the whistle. And in the earlier videos, you saw me calling and squeaking and, you know, making whistling sounds and all sorts with my mouth to try and get her attention. Come here. Here. And I failed. It meant nothing. Here. Here. I've not done this. I've not, you know, taught or anything. You've seen what I've done. The vast majority of it. All I've done is a few more of the same sort of thing has been shown. But I just want to show you. Yay! Good girl. Yay! And again, right, so all those sounds that I made, all those words that I gave that were ignored, we'll go again. Last one. The food reward is being swapped
for a social reward instead. That's better for us, to be able to interact and build that bond and that relationship. So we're doing it for one another, not just for the reward of the food. That'll do for today, thank you.
Listen to this command because it's going to come up again later on. Heel. And again. Heel. And again. Heel. Doesn't mean anything, does it? I wouldn't expect it to. But she's got absolutely no understanding of the fact that when I've got a lead on, and it's a slip as well, when I've got a slip lead on, I walk alongside the person who's put that slip lead on me or who's holding the other end of it. So again, let's give her a couple of other commands. And again, that command. Heel. Okay, when I give that command later on, I want to see that what's going to be happening there is that she is going to go from that position straight back down to here and alongside my left leg without a lead on and without a remote collar being pressed either. I want her to learn that heel means whatever you're doing, come back to my left-hand side, okay? So at the moment, I'll just show you again. Heel, heel. I've got nothing, have I? Nothing whatsoever. Don't mean anything to her. Heel. I've got nothing, have I? Nothing whatsoever. Don't mean anything to her.
Meg!
Good girl! Yeah! Heel. Heel. Heel.